Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Overcast. I am your host, Justin, aka Oversoul. Off to a great start, and so I am joined tonight only by Nick because Brooksy is not feeling so well. Um, but as fate would have it, the universe is going to balance itself out because we done plumb went and forgot that Nick actually has a thingamabob to attend on the night of the next recording.
Yeah.
So this episode is going to be a throwback episode with just me and my boy here, kicking it old school.
Oh, geez.
So tonight's episode is going to be a Valentine's Day focused episode where we talk about rom-coms and our favorite like relationships in media and who maybe even who you'd like to ship. You know, characters who aren't together but you'd like to see together. We're just keeping it casual tonight. Low. I'm feeling low energy in the first place, and it's all kind of I think everybody's got the unk today, so
Yeah.
we're gonna keep it going, keep it casual.
Yep.
Anyways, what you been up to, Nick? Tell me what's going on with you.
Oh, dude. So last night we went to our local Flicks Brew House. It's one of those movie theaters where you actually have like a menu that you can scan a QR code at your seat, order off the menu, and they bring you kitchen food. Like I got the bone in chicken wings with a lemon pepper dry rub.
Hmm.
It's so fucking good.
Kitchen food
Uh,
as opposed to like food from the bathroom or like
like not like can like pop it in the fucking pop it in the
yeah,
fucking timed heater at the movie
no,
theater, like at
yeah.
concessions.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's like
I knew what you
yeah,
meant. I'm
it's
being a
yeah,
wise ass. It comes from an actual grill instead of a behind the counter.
yeah. It's
Yeah
there's
thing.
a there's a button that you can push if you need a refill on your drink too.
Oh
But
yeah,
we
nice.
weren't there for we were not there for a movie, oddly enough. We actually went for the Iowa Wild watch party against the Rockford Ice Hogs. They were playing in Rockford last night. And I'm the only motherfucker that showed up wearing a Chicago Blackhawks jersey supporting the Rockford Ice Hogs. And immediately when I start walking up, I get stopped by Iowa Wild management. He's like, I can't let you go in there looking like that. I can't let you go in there wearing that. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm from Rockford. At the end of the day, y'all are getting my money. So
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, it's a win-win. I am supporting my hometown team that I grew up watching, while also really didn't care if the Ice Hogs won or not. They didn't win last night, and in fact, they ended up losing 5-2 against the Iowa Wild. And
Maybe he was looking out for your safety. Tribalism is an epidemic. Maybe he was
oh
afraid you were
no,
gonna get the shit beaten out of you.
oh no, hey, on Wild games where they're facing someone else, I show up in Iowa Wild colors. Don't care. Like
Fair enough.
at this point, I'm almost embarrassed to be a. And this is going to be a shocker, probably a shocker to a lot of the listeners that know me as the diehard Chicago Blackhawks fan. There's a one reason and one reason only I have a hard time backing being a Chicago Blackhawks fan right now, and that's because of Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard is a fucking cancer to the team because of the remarks that he made at the end of last season. He said he would gladly take a pay cut, go play in Rockford because he celebrated when they didn't make it to the playoffs last season. I'm like, You get an attitude like that, the Rockford crowd is gonna eat you alive. He would have done better if he had played in minor leagues at the eighth with the AHL Rockford Ice Hogs before going directly from high school to big leagues. It's exactly why his mom fell victim to the Stifler's mom epidemic during Mom's Weekend years ago. Dude, it fucked with his performance. Like one of the and that teammate that slept with his mom immediately released from his contract.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately released from his contract.
Yeah, that's what you get for starting some drama.
I
Crazy.
can't for the life of me remember who it was, but I'm sure the team suffered for it because of it.
I didn't realize.
Dude,
I didn't
I'm
realize
the
hockey
biggest
was such a like.
Blackhawks. I'm a Blackhawks fan, but I am one of the biggest Connor Bedard haters. I groan every time I see a Blackhawks fan at the Iowa Wild games wearing a Bedard jersey.
I didn't realize hockey
While
was
meanwhile,
so Game of Thrones
meanwhile,
coded.
oh dude. No. Uh like meanwhile, every time I show up in a Blackhawks jersey, I'm repping Patrick Kane's number 88, and he is no longer playing for the Blackhawks. He's in fact playing for one of the other teams I cannot fucking stand, and that's the Detroit Red Wings. You guys can have Connor Bedard. Give us fucking Patrick Kane back at least. God damn. But no, sorry for that hockey rant, but
Nah, it's fine.
Fuck Connor Bedard. Um,
Honestly,
oh my god.
when we do these shoot the shit episodes, and which is why I like to do them sparingly, because otherwise it's just we're just a clone. But when we do these episodes, we really come across like distractible in their small talk. I'm just telling you right now, as a guy
Shout
who
out to
listens to the show
Markiplier.
religiously. Yes.
Speaking of Markiplier, I went to the movie theater this past week and I saw two movies. I went to go see Iron Lung, although I wouldn't be able to fairly give it a rating because I went into this already tired, and I this movie already had an issue with pacing, and my eyes closed more times than I could count. But from what I did see, I really liked it.
That movie doesn't have an issue with pacing. You have an issue with slow. You have the issue with the pacing. That's a you
Yeah,
problem. It's
yeah, I
like
will admit
a slow
that is a me problem.
a slow burn is not a bad thing. I know a lot of critics called it boring, but I think they have their heads up their ass, quite frankly. Um,
No, I don't get me wrong. I from what as a Markiplier fan, will say from what I did see, I did like it. Fully intend on buying a physical copy on Blu-ray whenever he does get around to uh distributing those.
and giving it a proper watch. Um,
Exactly. I think I want to give it a proper watch.
Plus,
Um
it's not like it's completely slow. It's not.
no, no, it's not.
It's back and forth on. It's like a roller coaster.
It really yeah, it's a roller
Yeah.
coaster, and I think that was the issue I had. Otherwise, I would have never fallen asleep in a movie theater full of strangers.
I mean it in a good way though, because like it starts off exciting and then it slows down a bit, but then it picks up again near the end. Like I think that is good pacing for cosmic horror. It's not good pacing for like it's basically it's paced the opposite of the horror you're used to, where horror usually starts slow and then picks up and just keeps rocketing till the end. This starts fast, then gets slow, then gets fast again, because it's more Lovecraftian, and that's kind of how
Did see
Lovecraftian
what
horror
you meant.
works.
Yeah, I did see what you meant by the fact that is the like the shortest credits in movie history. Apparently, dude, there's maybe two people that got up and left once the credits started rolling, but otherwise everyone stayed.
That's how you can. Yeah, I'm telling you,
That's how you can pick out the Markiplier fans.
that's not normal outside of a Marvel movie. The fact that that's happening all over the place means that these people are genuinely are big time Markiplier fans that are looking for Easter eggs in the credits. That's what that is. You know,
Yes.
they're looking for names, they're looking for connections. Because I remember the people behind me getting excited about the picture of Lixion, which is Mark's editor, who you met in the Iron Lung Let's Play. You know, that
Yes.
the little animated character that pops in. The
Hell
actual
yeah.
guy himself, I think, like lives in Brazil or something.
Okay.
Like he has his own YouTube channel where he's reacted to Mark playing the games that he's met, and I've seen the actual guy. But for most people, he's just a cartoon that
Yeah.
pops in. You know, but he is the guy who edits all of Mark's videos right now
Yeah.
and helped him edit that movie.
Yeah.
That's one of
Man.
the impressive things about that. I just want to say real quick is that most of that movie, like, yeah, he went to Hollywood into a studio to film a lot of it, do the stunts and stuff, and and he got some names and people in it. But a lot of that movie was not only paid for out of pocket by him, but
Yeah.
produced by his own hand. He wrote the story, he acted in it, he directed it, and he edited most of it on his own
There was a
computers at home.
You want to hear some funny shit? So
Yeah.
I was scrolling through the fucking Iron Lung subreddit, and there was some. I'm pretty sure the post was satire, but there was a headline. It said Markiplier slept with the director's wife. The joke is he is the director.
Yo, yeah, 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 right. And him and Amy are married now too. They had a secret wedding
Yeah,
that they didn't announce until after it was done because they didn't want people making a big deal out of it. So that
yeah.
was like it was very exclusive. Like Bob and Wade were like everybody who was at the wedding had to be sworn to secrecy. They were like, you cannot tell people about this. It's like the media will go fucking nuts. Like it's so yeah they didn't want that. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to say that is regardless of what the critics think, the fact that the movie made so much money and it's I don't know, that's a huge success story regardless of how you look at it. And Mark has said in recent
Oh,
live streams
absolutely.
that he's done YouTube for so long that he's basically immune to the negative reviews anyways at this point. He doesn't really care what they think that he's like all I care is that it's out there, that it's done and that I made it. That's what matters to me. It's a
Fact.
thing I set out to do and I did it. And
Yeah,
that
no,
is
the
honorable.
fact that the opening weekend it was a race between Markiplier's Iron Lung and Disney's Zootopia 2 and Sam Raimi's Send Help.
Zootopia's 2's
The-
been out a while. People are saying Disney
Yeah,
because Disney owns Fox and Fox produced Send Help, did they not?
I yeah, it was a 20th Century Studios movie.
Yes, okay, so Disney owns it because Disney owns Fox. That's why. So technically,
Okay.
Markiplier outsold Disney. That's the
Yeah, yeah, and that's saying a lot, and I think that that's why a lot of all these videos that I'm seeing on TikTok are like, "Oh, a YouTuber's pissed off Hollywood. He took matters into his own hands."
yeah. There is a conspiracy going around that a lot of the negative critic reviews. I'm not sure if I fully agree with this. I just think I don't know. I just think they're not used to this kind of thing. But like the conspiracy going around is that they're trying to gatekeep people like him from getting into Hollywood, because they don't see influencers as real entertainers, Like, how dare you step on our turf?
He's
So it's
only gonna
like,
be. He's only gonna do more.
yeah. Plus, that's
He's
hogwash,
even.
anyways,
He's already said that.
because
Yeah.
Talk to Me was made by fucking YouTubers.
Yes, it was. It was backed by
So
a major studio,
yeah,
but it was made by YouTubers.
and that movie did quite well. So
Yeah, it did.
I just think this is the very definition of an indie film. It's
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
what happened is it's an indie film that's playing in the big boys' yard, and that hurt it a bit on the critics' side. But I
Because
this
it didn't
is
show up at the Sundance Film Festival first.
yeah this is
Boo
not a
hoo!
movie. This is not a
You
movie
can
for
cry
critics.
about it.
It's not a movie for critics, anyways. Much like Five Nights at Freddy's, this movie was made very specifically for the fans. Is yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm glad that you did like what you saw, though.
Oh yeah, no, I fucking loved it. But speaking of Sam Raimi's Send Help, that is the other movie that I went to go see.
Yes.
So our friend Tanner tickets for an 8 o'clock showing at the Ames Mark, which is about a 35-minute drive. So we went out, we drove out, I picked him up, we drove out to Ames together, and it's an older building, so much to the point where they still have their outdoor box office where you used to be able to buy tickets before you go inside.
Damn.
But they have signs in the windows that say, yeah, please purchase tickets inside. They
For
have it
display
there.
purposes only.
Yeah, display purposes only. Like the posters on the outside of the building and on the inside of the building have those flashing lights on the border of the poster,
Yep.
like old school movie theaters, and
Yep.
it's not like stadium seating like most movie theaters nowadays. Still a sea of nothing but seats. Don't get me wrong, they still had like the luxury loungers, but it was still a sea of seats. The specific auditorium that we were in, I can't vouch for the others, but it was really cool to see a movie theater like that because I haven't seen a movie theater like that since since the Dollar Theater in Rockford.
Yeah. Back when you could get a pack of now and laters for a nickel.
Dude, I feel so fucking old. I know I'm only 36, but goddamn.
Yeah, only. That's almost 40.
Remind me.
Don't remind me. I'm the same goddamn age over here. Like, don't.
Yeah, you got a birthday coming up this year.
Uh huh. And you just had yours. Happy go lucky. It's not too
Yeah.
far behind me, so.
Yeah, no. Dude, like so Sarah and I we have guests coming this upcoming weekend for Valentine's Day. We the friends that I mentioned in the last episode
Wait, what?
that we met.
Valentine's Day guests? That is a couple's day.
Okay, so hear me out.
Okay, okay.
They're coming down for hockey games.
Okay.
Like we went up there for hockey, like we went up to Minnesota for hockey games. These are the friends that we met that were um Sarah's brother's friends that we met that met through the Jersey communities.
Mm.
Um they're coming down and we have a guest bed here in our basement they're going to use while they're here. They're going to the Iowa Heartlanders in Iowa City Friday night. And then they got tickets for the Valentine's Day game Saturday. So we're
Okay.
all good. It's like a double date kind of thing.
Fun
Their
times.
tick Only their tickets are not where we are. They're unfortunately down by the glass. So be there, same section. Sarah and I are having our Valentine's dates the following weekend. Yeah, our Friday night The 20th, we're going to the Civic Center for Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince Part 1 in concert, similar to what we went to last year
Okay.
for the Half Blood Prince. Sorry, Deathly Hallows Part 1. Deathly
Right.
Hallows Part 1 in concert. Oh. I really needed to correct myself there. Almost questioned myself as a Potter fan. Yeah, no, we're going to the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. We went to the Half Blood Prince last year, where they cut the music soundtrack from the film on the screen and they have the orchestra play directly beneath. Um, Saturday, Saturday the 21st, we
Yeah.
are actually we are going to, and I'm super fucking excited for this. Um, we are going to what is called the Dungeon Cocktail Experience. It is a D&D themed improv comedy show. So no two
Mhm.
nights are the same. I'm fucking excited for this.
This is what I wanted to
And
hear about.
oh my god. Yeah, no, I will most definitely be talking about it after we go. But no, it's forget the name of the venue that they're having it at. It's not it's not the Civic Center. It's a more intimate theater. You're doing it, and it started between these improv comedian group and they're improv comedians, but they're also like D&D buddies. One of them brought up the idea like, "Hey, what if we implement D&D to our improv comedy? We as improv comedians become our D&D characters."
Okay.
That all started in a little small town somewhere in Wisconsin.
It's like a live improv version of Critical Role.
I'm so excited. The fact that there's cocktails involved, excited.
Um, before we move on, you mentioned to me earlier before we started that you recently saw Begonia. Was it? Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
So
I decided to watch this on a whim. I had it.
yeah.
It's been on my. I had it saved on my list on Peacock. Before it even released. Like I was waiting for it to release, and I just got round to fucking watching it. And dude, so it is about two conspiracy obsessed young men kidnap a high powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she's an alien intent on destroying planet Earth.
Okay.
The two conspiracy theorists are played by Jesse Plemons and Aiden Delbus.
Okay.
Jesse Plemons. Jesse Plemons. Do you remember the movie Like Mike?
Yes.
He was. Oh fuck! God damn it!
Okay. So I think I do know what this is, though. Emma Stone is the CEO that they kidnap. Um.
Correct.
Okay. I know people were
He
a
was.
little.
He was
Oh, go ahead.
Ox. He was the bully Ox in Like Mike.
I know. I know people were a little hesitant about this because
Oh my
the
god, dude.
the other movie that this director has done that Emma Stone was in recently, which I forget the name of it. Was it Little Things or something like that?
Don't
Um,
remember.
but it's apparently that movie is controversial because it's more or less about a mentally ill woman that basically a grown woman but with the brain of a child that gets taken advantage of sexually by people a lot in that movie.
Jesus fucking
Um,
Christ.
yeah, it's uh,
God damn.
Brooksy advised me against it. He said that movie should not have won any awards. It's very uh, I don't know if offensive is the right word. Just tasteless, tasteless. Um, I guess
Why?
even if it is trying to make a point, it shows too much. Is the problem. Um, so I wonder how this movie is in comparison. Is what I was wondering about that. I'm
This
assuming that this is
movie.
not even close to the same premise. So
Oh no, definitely not.
I guess it's just a matter of how the subject material is handled.
This movie at times was difficult to watch.
Okay, sounds about right.
Wasn't uh
But is it in terms of just like violence and torture stuff, not like
Oh
or
my god. Okay, so violence, you want to talk gore? There
okay,
is an they do not shy away from on-screen deaths by any means. And there's one that want to talk about, but it would be spoiler territory.
okay.
So I won't mention it, but it is dude, it oh no, it's
I
see
think it was.
brains. I won't say the context of the death, but I will say that you do get to see brains on screen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm used to gory deaths with that. I guess it was just more like there's nothing tasteless in this movie like sexual assault, for example. I'm get
It's mentioned in conversation between characters.
okay, but it's never nothing like that is ever depicted on screen.
No, ever.
Uh,
Ever
okay.
depicted on screen.
Then it sounds like this director may have learned their lesson from their previous movie.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it and see for myself. By the way, Poor Things, that was the other one I think that they did. I'm assuming
Okay.
I think this is the same director. I could be wrong about that. But
Who was the director of that last one?
Yorgos Lanthimos. Yes, it's the same director.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's never depicted on screen.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
there's one more thing that I want to mention, but I don't know if it's spoiler territory or not because I didn't see any of the trailers for this. I don't know if it's spoilery or not.
Fair enough. Well, I knew the general concept of the movie ahead of time. I knew it was like these guys are conspiracy theorists. They kidnap her. She's a CEO of some company, and I figured there would be like torture or something involved. I figured it would probably, if I had to predict, don't tell me if I'm right or not, but my prediction is that at some point it probably transitions into a revenge movie where she ends up escaping and fucks them up in the process. So I could be wrong about that.
I'm not saying shit.
That's generally how
I
these
will
types of
say
things go, but we'll see.
I will say that there is a twist that I didn't expect to see come.
I'm definitely gonna watch this. I'm going to avoid Poor Things based solely off what Brooksy told me about it, but this one I am gonna watch, and
Okay.
then maybe I can tell him whether or not it's to what would you rate it?
9.5 out of 10.
Damn. Okay, it's a thrill
It
ride
was
then.
actually it was pretty fucking good. It I be the reason it loses a point is because it was difficult to watch at times.
When you say difficult to watch, are you talking specifically about the violence and the gore? Or is there
No,
like
there's something under there's an underlying I want to talk about it, but I don't know if it's
You can
spoilery.
say what the
It's
underlying theme is. That's definitely. I wouldn't call that
manipulation.
okay.
There's
Like gaslighting,
yes, maybe
blackmail.
kinda. No, no.
Okay. I think I get what you're putting down. I think I understand. It's a
Let
very. I mean,
okay. Let me. I will say this. I think this is something that I can say without being out to say what it is.
right.
One of them is more intelligent than the other.
Of the two guys,
Yes.
I think maybe. Okay, I think I might understand what you're
Not
getting
saying
at.
shit. I'm not saying shit else. Because I don't know if that would be spoiler territory.
I get the feeling that you're implying that someone who might have disabilities is being taken advantage of. That that
I cannot confirm nor deny.
that seems like it's almost falling into the same territory as the other movie, but not quite. Um, yeah, ooh, definitely dancing on that line. Okay, I'm gonna have to see this one. I'm gonna have to see this one for myself
Oh,
and see because
dude, that
as long
that
as it's
part
not
alone.
as long as it's not sexual like the other movie,
Oh
and
no,
I feel
not by
like
any means, not by
I
any
feel
means. They even
and there.
openly they. I will say there is one quote that I can confidently say to ease your mind.
Mm-hmm.
They both say one speaks for the other. He says, "We are not interested in you sexually."
Right. Fair enough. I think I get what you're implying. You're implying that this is that the two guys are a of mice and men type situation. Um
They're really drinking the fucking Kool-Aid.
that that too. Yeah, I knew I figured there were based off what I've heard about it that there was definitely some political undertones, what with them being conspiracy theorists and all. Um
Uh, I didn't get that vibe. Not by any means. I did not pick up on that.
Well, undertones means that it's probably subtle. You know,
Yeah,
it's the kind of thing that you might not pick up on if it's not spoon fed to you. you know,
that's fair. This is
hidden meaning and all that.
yeah.
I wonder if this movie is comparable to Funny Games. I'll have to see in that regard. Um,
I don't know. I don't think I've seen
because
Funny Games.
Funny Games was that hard to watch. It's like Australian horror movie. These two guys like
Oh,
kidnap a whole family and torture them.
I'm always down for an Australian horror movie.
I think they did an American remake of it too, but I think the original is much more horrifying. The ending is
Yeah.
fucking devastating.
Oh, I
um,
believe it. Oh,
there
speaking
is.
of,
Oh no, I don't want to spoil it. I'll just say there's a really great fourth wall breaking moment in that movie, and you'll have to see for yourself.
did see the when we went to go see Send Help. I did see the trailer for Ready or Not, Here I Come 2.
Oh yeah. I did see that too. Um, so yeah, so I'll say as long as it's handled tastefully, the whole disabled thing, if I'm assuming that's what it is, that like as long as the person taking advantage of the other person is depicted as a villain and you're meant to hate them, then it can be handled correctly. It's I'll just have to
Uh,
see how it works in execution. you
I'm
know.
not saying shit. You
Nope,
need to watch this, bro. You need to
it's
watch
fine.
this.
I will watch this one. I am not watching Poor Things, but I will watch this one. Um by the way, trailer I saw during Iron Lung. By the way, a a kind of a new and unique concept, a horror movie based around podcasts called Undertone. You saw this
Saw
trailer
this.
too.
Yes. Oh, dude, I'm
It looks
so
good.
excited for this.
I think it's
It's a
another A24 joint too.
it is. It's another A24 film, and it is meant to be like an audio and visual experience. It's supposed to be extremely unsettling. So I have high hopes for this that it makes me more uncomfortable than when I went to go see Bring Her Back.
This
That made
movie,
me pretty fucking uncomfortable to the point where I had to call Brooksy to talk to the entire drive home.
I would love to see. I would love to see this in theaters, but I almost have a feeling this is the kind of movie best experienced in at home in the dark with headphones on. you know,
Oh, dude, you're fucking probably not wrong.
really immerse yourself in the experience since the podcasters wearing headphones, good stuff.
Probably end up just buying it digitally just so I can watch it on Apple TV with my Sony PlayStation headset on my Sony PlayStation.
Not sponsored by any of that.
Oh, nope. Yet, and not yet anyways.
it's it's
Trust.
it's it's so funny though because like the way you just listed all that stuff out, you literally sound like when a show like Family Guy or something does a parody of ad sponsors. Like when they're making fun of it, like how blatant and obvious it was. in the, you know,
Sony,
it's
give us your money. We want a sponsorship. Oh,
yeah, like when they did that episode where they did the parody of Three Directors, like, and they went to the Michael Bay bit, and Cleveland or somebody was like, I will call him on my Motorola phone and holds it up to the camera, And Joe's like, I'll hack into the system on my Apple MacBook as he looks at the camera and then pulls that computer out. It's good. Honestly, though, if we ever did get big enough to do like sponsored content or whatever, like to have ads, I would I would prefer to be one of those podcasts that reads our own ads and makes bits out of them,
absolutely. Yeah. Like stuff that we would actually use.
distractable. Yeah, distractable, Lonely Island, and Small Town Murder all read their own ads. They don't have like
Yeah,
actual
they do.
commercials. They do ad reads and then make bits out of them. That would be
Mhm.
preferable to actual
Yeah.
commercials for me. So,
Absolutely. Could give us
um,
even give us a script that we could like tweak.
before we move on, the only thing I really want to talk about, what I played, I've been recording a let's play this horror game lately called Sleep Awake. It's one of the horror games in the Blumhouse Productions lineup, and
Ooh.
it is so Robin Fink of Nine Inch Nails is also involved in the making of this game and also made the soundtrack for it.
Nice.
This game is what I would call psychedelic horror. A different term coined here. I thought psychological at first, but not quite. It is, I don't want to say handholdy, but it's a very straightforward and relatively easy experience to the point where there are some stealth sections where, like, I was probably 3 feet in front of an enemy directly in their line of sight and they didn't see me. It's very forgiving about what counts as a hiding spot, and the enemy AI is pretty stupid for the most part. Um, and even if you do get caught, like you don't die in one hit, so you can just run away. To the next. It's a very linear experience. If it wasn't for enemies, it would basically be in hazards. It would basically be a walking simulator. Puzzles are very mild and easy to solve, but the lore and the story and the world building is where this game really shines. Well, and the soundtrack.
Okay. All right.
Um, it's set in a dystopian future where something happened, and now whenever people fall asleep they die. They get taken away by something called the hush, and they leave behind what's known as a void shadow, just an imprint of them left in the world. Um so people have gone to elaborate measures to try and figure out how to stay awake in this world, including, and it's led to different cults too. So there's this cult called the Pain Eaters, where they stay awake by causing themselves severe pain to run up the adrenaline. Like hanging themselves off of hooks off the ceiling and shit. Um, Real like extreme BDSM type shit.
Yeah.
um, there is a group called the Machinists that use electricity to keep themselves awake, basically electrocute themselves into staying awake.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
There are like clinics that open where they basically gas you to give you the illusion of sleep without actually sleeping. There's a pharmacy where they created a drug that gives you all the benefits of sleep while you still get to stay awake. Like it makes it so you never have to sleep again, but your body still feels rested as if you did. Obviously, it was too good to be true, but it's stuff like that. So your main goal in the beginning of this game is you make this homemade infusion that helps you stay awake out of these plants and purified water. And it's like an eyedropper. You drip some in your eyes, and it keeps you awake for a while. And you made this infusion for a friend of yours that you're trying to get to them, and you're going across town to get to them. But there's this fascist law enforcement group called the DTM going around that thinks their way of fighting the sleep is the only right way, almost like a religious cult, and anyone who disagrees with them is putting them at in harm's way, putting them at risk of being taken by the hush. So they go around at night after curfew finding and basically executing anyone who doesn't abide by their severe law and order. So that's where a lot of the stealth comes in, is you're trying to stealth around these DTM agents that are patrolling the city at night. You know. Um it is surprisingly light on the actual horror. There's a couple of jump scares, some fucked up visuals, a lot of blood and gore and stuff, but it's not like it's weird to say this, but it's not like what I would call scary in the traditional sense. This is more thrilling than anything, and it's
Mhm.
definitely it's trippy is what it is. There's a lot of trippy visuals in this, like really like psychedelic kaleidoscope type shit.
Yeah.
um and especially there are moments where your character is teetering in and out of wakefulness and sleep because the drugs are wearing off, and you start having weird hallucinations and stuff, and it starts
Okay.
to become a matter of you can't tell what's real and what isn't. So it does
Uh,
a lot of that kind of stuff. um but yeah, I really like it. It's a solid game. It's got a couple of minor issues here and there. um like I said, the enemy AI is really stupid. But if anything, it just makes it easier to beat the game and enjoy the narrative. And it has crashed on me a couple of times, which is annoying. But I would give it an 8 out of 10 overall. I would
okay.
say as of right now, and this probably won't be the case later in the year once more things come out. But as of right now, this is the first game so far this year to be in the consideration for my top 10 this year. So
Okay.
this is the first game I put an asterisk on. Like, all right, we're gonna put a pin in that one for later because this one will be in the discussion later in the year for me. Most,
Oh yeah.
depending on how the rest of the year goes.
Sleep Awake, it's
Um,
called.
yep, Sleep Awake. Now, I would say for this game, I would advise people to wait for a sale. I don't think it's worth $30 because you can beat it in like 4 hours. It's not a very long game. And it
Fair enough.
doesn't have very high replayability unless you're going for the trophies because you have to get all the collectibles in one run. Speaking
Gotcha.
of which, one of the collectibles is those void shadows I told you about, and the imprints of people. And it's crazy because when you walk up to them, the character you play as, there's some kind of magic in this world involving singing. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, it's got a surprising amount of lore and world building for only a 4 hour indie horror game. But
Mhm.
with all these cults, and there was something called the swell that happened, which was basically acid rain that came down and killed a bunch of people and like destroyed a bunch of buildings. The half destroyed town they live in is called the Crush. Like there's a
Mhm.
lot of terminology in here
Okay.
that they use, but it helps with the world building. I'm really into it. So when you find a void shadow, she uses her voice. She does this like aerial like singing thing,
Mhm.
and in the background in the soundtrack, the music's going and then you also hear
Nice.
this metal singer going like it's like it's mixing all these things together, like the melodic chanting of her, the psychedelic rock instrumentals, the screaming metal singer in the background, and then there's an actual woman scream like what you would hear in a horror movie, and all these sounds merge together in such a way that it's just almost impossible to explain in words. But if there's one thing about this game they fucking nailed, it's the soundtrack.
Yeah.
100%. So, but yeah, solid 8 out of 10. Not bad, you know. Like I said, it'll be in the discussion. It'll be in the discussion later. Great visuals, great soundtrack. You know, it's a little rough around the edges, but honestly, it's a great. I would say it's worth $20, not $30, but definitely worth 20. Um,
Yeah.
so I would tell people grab it on a sale. Grab it on a sale, and it's very forgiving. Even if you do die, all you get is a pretty loading screen where you get to see more trippy visuals, and you walk through a door of light and end up back right where you were before you died.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only part of the game that feels out of place is one of the dream sequences. You're being chased by a giant wheat thresher. And there's like
Fair enough.
no explanation for it whatsoever, and thematically it doesn't fit. It must have something to do with your childhood, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. But
Fair enough.
yeah, um, there's a lot of great questions being asked in this game, like when you're in this reality, because the character you're playing as, she's lost her mom, her dad, and her little brother at this point, and she's just barely hanging on by a thread herself. And sometimes it's like, if you were in the situation, you know, it's if it almost feels like fighting sleep is just prolonging the inevitable, and you almost can't help but wonder after all this time of suffering and stuff if it's not better to just give in, you know.
Yeah.
Give in and you can finally rest. I mean, you'll be resting forever, but you know, like they ask that question a lot in this game. It's very philosophical. Like you come across the remains of people who decided to fall asleep among their loved ones, and they all just went out together. You know, shit
Yeah.
like that. It's good stuff. Great world building. But anyways, though, um,
What else you got going on?
oh, that's it, really. There's nothing. I haven't done shit. It's been a week since we recorded the last episode, so outside of like still replaying the Kingdom Hearts games to prep for our upcoming episodes of that, and then playing this game for a let's play, I ain't done shit but working.
Fair
I
enough.
haven't finished season 2 of Fallout yet. I'm a little behind on that. Like I haven't watched anything new, no new movies or anything this week. So,
Fair enough.
yeah. So it's just that game for me, basically. The game and work. And
Fair enough.
editing. A lot of time this week went to editing not one but two different podcast episodes and YouTube videos.
Hey,
So
yeah, that's speaking of, yeah, our Nick and Joe's wrestling recaps, the first episode of 2026 for coverage of the Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia is now available for visual and audio consuming.
absolutely. So yeah, with that in mind,
One
let's
more
talk a
thing
little.
before
Oh,
we go
yeah.
into our topic. I
Yeah.
wanted to. There was the world lost someone today.
Oh yeah.
He lost his battle with cancer. We lost the front man for the rock band Three Doors Down.
Yep, I saw that. That's
Uh,
crazy. And he
oh,
wasn't even
dude.
that old.
I think
41,
49.
49. Okay.
I
Something
think
like that. In his 40s.
he was in his 40s. He was young. He still had his whole life ahead of him. Like now
Yeah,
I feel like if Three Doors Down does anything new, they're gonna have to take the Lincoln Park route and go with someone new.
very true.
If 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 they do anything new, that is.
Yeah, well, if they do, it's definitely not going to be for a while.
No, definitely not. They need time to grieve.
Well, rest in peace, Brad Arnold,
Yeah.
47.
Rest in peace. Oh, 47. He was 47. 47. Still. That's
Yeah,
super fucking young.
absolutely. So, With all of that out of the way, though, yeah, it is Valentino's Day. Well, by the time this episode comes out, it will be Valentine's Day in the coming weekend. So, we're gonna talk a little bit about some of our favorite rom coms and or it won't even have to be rom coms, but relationship focused media or like favorite couples in media, like fictional characters or real couples or however, and maybe even characters you'd like to see together. You ship them. So, uh, I know you watch a lot of these types of movies, Nick. What are some of your favorite rom coms?
Well, we're talking movies first.
Yeah, or whatever. However you want to go about it, I don't care, honestly.
I was gonna say one of my all-time favorite like rom it's like rom dramedy.
Drama, romance, comedy, yeah, okay.
Uh, Hitch with Will Smith, Kevin James, and Eva Mendes.
Yes, okay.
It's a very underrated rom com, but I like it. I mean, before I really started collecting digital films, my collection, I have an entire DVD collection. It's over 300 DVDs. And if I remember correctly, that's one of the movies I own a physical copy of Hitch on DVD. I've watched it numerous times. I'm pretty sure if I went back and watched it now, I would probably be able to quote it, not line for line because it's been a while since I've watched it, but I'm pretty sure there are pretty iconic scenes that I would be able to quote in real
Fair
time.
enough. A lot of my favorite relationships come from Disney movies, honestly, like Lady and the Tramp.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, like Aladdin and Jasmine. They're a good couple. Um,
One would even argue that Deadpool and Wolverine is a rom com.
oh yeah, oh yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine, man, they are. You've never seen a closer couple. Uh, the in
Very
all
toxic.
in all seriousness though, to get serious though, shout out to the movie Brokeback Mountain for being
Oh fuck yeah.
way ahead of its time in terms of representation in that
Absolutely.
regard. You know.
Jake
Um.
Gyllenhaal and Matt was it Matthew McConaughey?
Yes. No. 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 Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Sorry, Ledger.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway was in that movie
Another
too.
sure was. I really need to sit down and watch that movie
Yeah,
at
but
some
it's
point.
it's a good one, regardless of how anyone like it's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, I've sat down and watched it, but I had a hard time holding my attention because I wasn't yet part of the LGBTQ community. I was
Yeah,
still I was still in the closet when I decided to sit down and watch it. But no, I feel like I need to seriously sit down and experience that movie.
yeah, yeah. No, it's a good one, but like I wanted to give it its props for being like way ahead of its time in terms of representation because LGBTQI plus friendly romance movies are all over the place now. We
Oh yeah,
get a lot of
absolutely.
them, but that one was like it came out at a time where it was more risque to do so, and
One would
yeah, so
argue that
it,
like talk about LGBTQIA representation in like more recent uh media. One would argue that Glinda and Elphaba would be from Wicked.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of LGBTQIA representation in those films.
Oh yeah, there is, but I'm saying, are you saying you ship them as a couple? Because they're not a canonical couple, but
No,
are you
not a
shipping them?
canonical couple, but okay. So I don't know about the OGs, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth,
Mm-hmm.
but most definitely the way Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo just can click together as not on-screen co-stars, but co-stars in it together. Like they didn't do anything with the directors or any one of the producers unless they were consulting each other. I think if I remember correctly, there was interviews that I watched or listened to where where Ariana Grande was actually getting paid more than Cynthia Erivo, and she told Cynthia about that, and together they went to John M. Chu then if they're going to be co-stars in their own respect, especially with how closely they work together, they want equal pay. And I give mad
Absolutely.
props to Ariana Grande for stepping up and doing that, given her reputation.
Right. The question though, are you saying are you do you ship Glinda and Elphaba then? Is what you're saying?
Specifically, Ari and Cynthia.
Oh, you shipping the real people? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes,
Hey, fair
yeah.
enough. Um, I will say this. So actually, one of my favorite, like, it's a more recent coupling that has been done in media in the superhero era, but I could not be more happy that canonically, as of right now, Harley Quinn is with Poison Ivy instead of the Joker. You see
Oh
so
fuck
many
yeah!
people out there, like on Facebook and shit, and they got like Harley and the Joker, and they're like, this is relationship goals. No, that's relationship goals if you like getting the shit beaten out of you. That's
Yeah,
not
that's toxic.
like,
That's toxic. That's
right,
toxic
no, like,
relationships. You don't want that
the
shit.
the Joker abused
Yeah,
Harley, he
yeah,
gaslighted her. That's not.
yes. While they're an iconic couple in media, they are
Yeah.
very toxic together.
Exactly, and like a lot of people are like, well, they always had each other's backs and stuff. No, he didn't. In fact, he notoriously
No.
constantly abandons her and leaves her to fend for herself and saves
Yeah.
his own ass, whereas she always
Love
shows up for
that.
him because she has Stockholm syndrome.
I
Like,
haven't watched much of the Harley Quinn series on HBO Max, but I love what Kaylee Cuoco is doing with Harley Quinn.
you have definitely got to like sit down and give that show a full watch because its humor is right up your alley for sure. It's very adult.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
Okay,
you will
yeah,
like it. It's very adult, very parody, but also very serious and very
yeah.
LGBTQI plus friendly. It is,
Okay.
but like Harley and Ivy being together, not only in that show but the comics and stuff, their relationship is very like it has its problems. They have their arguments and
Mhm.
fights and stuff, but they are fucking perfect together, especially in that show.
Awesome. I love to hear
Like
that.
it's like you love to see it too. Like they are. I've never seen two animated characters more head over heels for each other. Quite frankly, they
Fair enough.
are fucking a perfect match, honestly.
Fair enough.
And what's crazy is I'm pretty sure Ivy is voiced by oh, who was the more serious girl in that '70s show? Donna, the older one.
Donna.
Yeah.
Donna is the one that is dating Ed and Kitty's son.
So Oh
if I
yeah,
remember
Laura Prepon.
correctly.
Laura Prepon.
She was also in Orange is the New Black.
Yes, I think I think that's her playing Ivy, but I oh, it's actually not. Okay.
Oh, well then. You know, I have another fan fiction couple that I want to pair up. There's
Okay.
actually a fan fiction already for this couple. Uh, the fanfic couple name is Husker Dust.
Oh, yep.
Angel Dust, and Husker from Has Been Hotel.
Fair enough. Okay, so by the way, I do want to point out there real quick. Um, Ivy is voiced by an actress known as Lake Bell. That's her name, and she voices Black Widow on Marvel's What If, the animated series, and she
Okay.
voices Chloe, the cat, in The Secret Life of Pets. Both of those movies. She's the fat gray
Oh,
one.
okay. Okay. I love those
Yeah.
movies.
So yeah, so she
I've
voices
watched those. I've watched those with Willow a few times.
and she's done a few side voices too, like a character named Catherine Marshall in Phineas and Ferb, and like some witches in Shrek Forever After.
Yeah.
Um, and she's done a couple of She's done Black Widow and Ariel on Robot Chicken.
Okay.
Um,
Fair enough.
so yeah, so that's who voices Ivy in that. But yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of people ship Husker and Angel Dust from Hasbin Hotel.
Oscar
I'm not
Dust.
surprised.
There's a whole subreddit.
So this really isn't gonna make a lot of sense to you until we get. I mean, it might make some sense to you since you've played Kingdom Hearts 2, but a lot of people ship Roxas and Axel.
I can see it. I can see it.
Just the
People are allowed to have fan fictions.
No, I get it. It's just the fact that you so easily like I can see it. Like
I accept it too.
just wait. Just wait until we get to 358 days over 2. That's
Right.
the part where it'll really yeah.
Really makes
Um
sense.
yeah. But it's not just that too. A lot of people like I know Sora and Kyrie are the canonical relationship, but
Yeah.
that one scene in Kingdom Hearts 2 where he reunites with Riku and he's like all tearful and shit. Some people they ship Sora and Riku. I
Zelda and Link.
I tend to well that makes sense in the first place. That's
Yeah,
like
well,
saying
yeah.
Mario and Peach. Like
I would say Luigi and Peach. You want
no,
to go with...
Luigi's got Daisy.
That's
Luigi's got
fair.
Princess Daisy.
I would say
She's more.
if you want to go with was it Starbomb, the Starbomb song.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Starbomb, Danny and Aaron. Like,
Yes. Yes.
that's okay. They ship themselves. That's not even a joke at this point.
Yeah.
They just, um.
And
Yeah.
Anthony from Smosh.
God no. Uh,
you
when did this devolve into parody? Like
know,
this was a serious topic when it started, and now
to
now we're
shoot
just
your
throwing names out there.
shoot the shit episode, bro.
Fair enough. Shoot your shot episode.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
no, but on a more uh on a more serious note, what was I thinking? There was something video game related. Oh yeah, serious question. Okay, so since you've played some or at least a good portion of Final Fantasy VII remake, who do you think Cloud belongs with more, Aerith or Tifa?
Uh,
Good answer. Good answer. Tifa is canonically Cloud's love interest. Aerith belongs with Zack.
okay, I can see that.
Yes, Zack. Well, you would see it if you knew the story of Crisis Core. You definitely see it. Crisis Core, the 10-year prequel to Final Fantasy VII. Zack and Aerith go on a couple of dates in that game.
Okay.
So, um, canonically,
Aerith just tries to weasel her way into what Tifa is supposed to. Yeah.
I mean, they are having fun, Aerith and Tifa. They're definitely
Oh
having
yeah,
fun
absolutely.
messing with Cloud and stuff.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I would expect nothing less from an anime game.
it's in a lot of ways it's like so like with Cloud and Tifa, it's that childhood bond thing.
Yeah.
Like they grew up knowing each other, and with Cloud and Aerith, it's mainly because he reminds her of Zack. You know,
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
that's a big part of it. She sees the connection, and it's yeah. There's if you ever finish that game and get to playing Rebirth, the whole opening of Rebirth is one big flashback that explains a lot of this.
Okay.
So yeah, good stuff. But yeah, there's actually been a lot of well depicted relation. I would say one of my absolute favorite emotional relationships in a Final Fantasy game is Tidus and Yuna from Final Fantasy X. It's probably one of the most emotional because of all the implications behind it. It's like it's a forbidden love in a lot of ways too because
Okay.
she's she's a summoner and like this game is like super old at this point, so it's like um some mild spoilers here, but you know she's a summoner going on a pilgrimage to defeat this giant monster called Sin, but like it's you know because they have all these rules surrounding their religion and stuff, you know, like summoners aren't supposed to fall in love, especially with their guardians, and you know, and since the summoner's basically going on a journey to sacrifice themselves, that's a big part of it. You know, they don't want emotions getting in the way and stuff, but
Yeah.
they're only human, and they definitely fall in love, and it makes the journey so much more impactful because you know since he's in love with her when he you know and he's new to this world, he's like a fish out of water here. When he learns the truth about you know what happens at the end of the summoner's journey, his reaction, man, it's just so emotional. I've played that game like fucking over 20 times at this point and it still gets me every single time. It
Yeah.
is like it's a tearjerker. It's one of the most beautiful stories. Final Fantasy X is like one of those stories everyone needs to experience at some point, whether through just watching the cutscenes on YouTube or actually playing it. Because I know it might be hard for some people to get past the true turn-based gameplay. Like it's a true turn-based game. There's no active time battle, no nothing. Like they will straight up wait until you're done before they take their turn, and there's no quick time events either. It's just you choose a thing and it happens. The way, which is the way I like it, quite frankly.
Fair enough.
Um, but yeah, true turn-based. But it's the story alone is, whew, man, a uh, great relationship stuff there. Um,
Yeah.
so so I know there's a lot of movies out there that like kind of have like this rom com formula of like third act conflict and everything's okay by the end or whatever. Like you know the guy rushes to the airport and gets the girl back at the last minute before she gets on the plane. That kind of shit. You know.
Good luck, Chuck.
Um, yeah. Well, my thing though is like, is there any can you think of like a romance movie that has handled like relationship problems in a very realistic way, but still has a happy ending? You know, that isn't just like a depressing drama.
Yeah, actually, it's starring Alec Baldwin and oh god, fuck, god damn it, it's good. You're gonna make me look it up. God damn it.
That's fine.
Uh,
I want to hear about it. Do you know the name of it at least?
do
What's it called?
complicated.
That's the name of it.
Yes,
Okay.
Meryl Streep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good actors.
When attending their son's college graduation, a couple reignite the spark in their relationship. The complicated fact is they're divorced and he's remarried. it's a
Oh
it's a
okay.
comedy. It's
Yeah,
oh my
drama,
god,
drama comedy.
it's got it's got Meryl Streep, Alec Baldwin, and Steve Martin.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I did hear that that one definitely falls in more realistic territory because there are a lot of rom coms out there where like they go for this almost this like fantasy Hollywood thing where the guy has done some egregious, unforgivable shit, but somehow still gets the girl by the end of the movie. You know, like
No, so
it's
this movie is so it came out in 2009 or 2010. So it's well past the oh it get no John Krasinski is in this as well from The Office.
oh yeah. Okay, he's good.
Another speaking of John Krasinski, another rom-com that he is in with Mandy Moore and Robin Williams. My
Oh,
all-time fucking favorite movies. I laugh hysterically every time. License to Wed.
oh yeah. Okay,
It's
I
so
have.
funny.
I think I have seen that. Okay, I
So
think I've
funny. I
seen that.
have a
Yeah.
physical copy of it, and I don't feel like ever digging it out. So I always like look for it on streaming services and whenever I get the urge to watch it. I love me a good Robin Williams movie.
So it's not romance per se, but something we are starting to see a little bit more of in media, not a lot, but a little bit, is this like these very close friendships that could almost be misinterpreted as romantic but aren't. They're
Yeah.
just like people that are very close. And I think a really good example of that is Simu Liu and Aquafina's characters in Shang-Chi. They're like really, really close friends, and they're like platonically intimate is what it is. You know,
Okay.
like they're not in a relationship, they're not romantically involved, but like they might still cuddle up next to each other on the couch while watching a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It platonically intimate, and that is a completely valid way of being, and I'm glad to see it represented more in media recent
Oh,
in
yeah,
recent years.
absolutely.
You know, because I mean, full disclosure, I've had those types of relationships before, the platonically intimate friendships,
Yeah.
not not like friends with benefits or anything, but just like it's one cuddle buddies, one might say, is what you might
Yeah.
call them. So, um, yeah, it's all about that. It's all about it's really close friendships and just
Absolutely.
trust, a heavy layer of trust. It's more
Yeah.
common now than it used to be, but um, I'm glad to see it. Overall, though, hey, you watch a lot of Hallmark movies. Those are usually pretty. I mean, they're formulaic, but those are pretty romance focused most of the
The
time,
only
especially the
the
Christmas ones.
honestly, the only one that I can really think of off the top of my head is that hockey one that Sarah and I watched virtually together. I was still living with my mom.
Mm.
Uh, or this couple, they, if I remember correctly, they start off as it's a blind date at first, and then they show up. It's called Kiss Cam.
Oh yeah,
They,
yeah. I remember you talking about
yeah,
that.
she shows up and she starts showing up to every game now at this point, and they become like a lucky charm for the team. And if she's
Mm.
not there, they lose.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really the hockey portion of the movie that really made me want to watch it with her.
By the way, you want a great example of a toxic relationship that, like, in real life would never last. Like, they would have been divorced a long time ago. Fucking Peter and Lois on Family Guy, especially now.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, could not agree more.
Like, honestly, everything that they've been through on the show is like Cleveland and Donna are fine, Francine and Stan are fine, Homer and Marge are fine, Bob and Linda are fine, but Peter and Lois fucking hate each other. They fucking can't stand each other,
Yeah.
and they are constantly cheating on each other. Like it's a running background joke that there's an ongoing affair. And I'm pretty sure they've even said in recent episodes that if it wasn't for the kids, they would have been divorced already. They're like, let's just get the kids
Yeah.
off to college and go from there.
I think that if they ever decide to end the show, they should do it with a movie and do it with like a divorce case, but around the movie.
Oh, what a depressing ending. I, they've just gone into. I mean, it fits their self-deprecating dark style of comedy they've gone to now, but
I mean, yeah, I would obviously include comedy in that with that idea. You
right,
think
right,
Seth
right.
MacFarlane could come up with something and make it funny?
I mean, and it is the most horrifying thing. But like, Stewie has had a crush on Brian for quite some time. And there is an episode where they actually kind of dive into that, where he steals some of Brian's DNA and injects himself with it and gives birth to these horrifying human dog creatures that are all like either physically or mentally way underdeveloped. And it is nightmare fuel. It is one of the most. It is considered the worst Family Guy episode ever made.
Jesus Christ.
Like, people hated it. Just the
Well,
visual of a pregnant Stewie, the fucked uppery of those dog creatures, and the way that they
oh,
dispose of them. All of it is just like it's it's the most tasteless and visually offensive episode they've ever done.
fair
Quite
enough.
frankly, and
Or
that's including like there's an episode where there's a slur in the title, and that's not even as bad as this one. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's pretty bad on IMDb. Like the ranking of Family Guy episodes, it's at the bottom, like as considered the
Jeez.
worst episode of all time, based
Damn.
on based on user ratings. So
Jesus. Okay.
yeah,
While we're on the topic of Seth MacFarlane, Ed and John.
that's that's no, that's not
Oh,
that's not
no.
that's that's not
Fan fictions
romantic.
fan fictions don't have to make sense.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. This is it's your weird shipping. Go for it. See, the funny thing is, I don't often ship characters, but if I did, I would try to make it make sense. That's it doesn't have to, but that's just like I don't
I got
know.
another one. I got another one that actually kind of makes sense.
Oh
Ash and Misty from Pokemon.
yeah, I mean that was almost a thing, anyways.
Fair enough.
Some people might have even argued that because they were teenagers, she picked on him a lot because she had a crush on him.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows how true that actually is, but it's just a thing in anime too, where like they all fit the stereotypes. Like Ash is your typical anime protagonist, and Misty, like anime has like basically four types of female characters, and she was one of them. you know, like she's the loud tomboy type is is how they're portrayed in those. There's usually in a lot of anime, because I watch a lot of it, the main female character that is like a foil to the protagonist is usually um a strong headed go getter, like um very assertive and independent, you know. Um and they don't put up with no one's shit, and it's like they're a complete juxtaposition to the other types of female anime characters, which are usually there's like soft-spoken, timid and shy characters, or like the eccentric giggly ones. you know so I actually like characters like Misty, but without the abuse part, without the like her constantly beating the shit out of everyone. But
Yeah.
like I like the assertiveness,
He
you
does
know.
have that fiery redhead attitude.
But that's what I'm saying though is that like uh characters both male and female fit very specific archetypes in anime. You know, the
Yeah.
Danganronpa games, every character in the Danganronpa games is basically an anime cliche of some kind.
Yeah.
The way they're presented. So,
I mean, there's a
um,
whole ass community that would pair Nick the Fox and Judy Hopps together. Zootopia.
I mean that's another their relationship though is another perfect example of platonic intimacy
Yeah.
is what I call it. Like that's and I think that's the way it should stay. They are really good friends who've been in a near death experience together. They've got that trauma bond,
Yeah.
is what it is. You
Trauma
know,
bond.
yes, gotta love it.
You
Gotta
know
love it.
good and well that those movies were made for the furry community. What's
Yeah. Let me ask you something, by the way.
up?
Like, okay, so Goofy from the Disney movie, from Disney and stuff, he has a
God.
son, right? Max.
Yeah.
Goofy has a son, Max.
The only one
Right.
that's
Okay.
ever had any relations with anybody.
Okay, and here's the other thing too. Donald has three nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Okay. So here's my thing, right?
Who's the fucking
Okay.
who's his sister? Who's his
Right,
brother?
so here's my thing. First of all, who the fuck is Huey, Dewey, and Louie's parents? Who are
Right.
they?
Fuck.
And then also, and
As
then
far as I'm
also,
concerned, they're
okay,
orphans.
Goofy had okay, so right, Goofy had a son, Max, right? Okay, so here's my question: who did Goofy hayuk? You know,
uh, well,
was it Clarabelle Cow?
dude, I don't
What?
fucking know. Dude, fucking Jim, fucking Jim
Okay, because
Farmer's
look,
like fucking Jim
Bill
Farmer.
Farmer,
Bill Farmer's never come out and said what Goofy actually is. Is he a dog? No,
he
but
is a
the
dog.
fucking
It's he's a dog. It's always been very clear that he's a dog. Look at his ears. Look at his mouth. He's a dog. He's got the same.
Walt Disney was one fucked up individual when he made these characters.
Goofy's got the same head shape as Pluto for fuck's sake.
He
It's this weird
does.
you know the more you think
Yeah,
about it the more it hurts. You're not supposed to think about it. The fact that Goofy's a dog but Pluto's a dog and there's like one's anthropomorphic and the other's not. It's like you know.
yeah.
Uh but it is true.
I don't know. Like,
He's a goof. That's what you know. He's a goof. That's what he is. Um, well, because the thing is, well, because Pete is a cat technically.
yeah. Oh no. Fucking oh, Jim Cummings came out and said that you think Pete is a dog? No, he's
No,
a cat.
that's why him and Goofy were always at odds on Goof Troop, the show,
Yes, that's
the show Goof
exactly
Troop. And
why.
see, that
Makes
show even
sense.
had that show had the forethought to give Pete a wife, so you know where PJ and Petunia came from.
Yeah,
But Goofy is still just Goofy and Max.
yeah.
Like it's you know
It's like
no
it's
wife
got
for old Goof.
a deadbeat mom somewhere.
You know what happened?
Uh,
You know what happened? No, take the beat out. He's got a dead mom somewhere
oh,
because that's what Disney does. Disney kills moms. That's what they do.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, they do.
that's what they do. Pretty much every Disney protagonist has a dead parent of some kind.
You're not
Like,
wrong.
you know, it's not just moms they kill; they also kill dads. That's the other two.
Yeah.
Bambi lost both. Like, yeah, exactly, exactly. You see what I'm see? What's her face from Frozen? Elsa, and Anna lost both.
Yeah, they were.
They,
The fan theory is that
Tarzan lost both.
yeah, yeah. Tarzan is the brother of Anna and Elsa.
I don't know about all that. I think their parents were just on the same ship, but I will say though that they're in the same universe as Tangled because
Hmm.
Rapunzel and what's his face came to visit the coronation. So
Uh, Flynn Rider.
Flynn Rider, yeah. So,
Ironically,
anyways though,
is the
oh
Flynn is
oh,
uh Flynn Flynn Rider was the inspiration behind Sarah's cat's name.
actually, now that I bring it up, Frozen is actually a great example of a subversive romance story because it starts off with Anna falling in love with that prince and them even having like a song and everything, and you think it's going to be the typical thing, but then they completely turn that whole thing on its head near the end of the movie when they
Uh,
reveal their big twist,
oh,
you know? And I kind of like. I like how
Hans
subversive
and
they got with that.
Hans and Sven.
Yeah. With, yeah. Um, well, no, not even that because the thing is like Kristoff and Sven and
Oh,
all that
Kristoff.
hang
That's right.
like
Hans is the bad guy.
yeah, because
Kristoff.
Anna had feelings
Kristoff.
for Hans, but even still, like in the second movie, it's not like her and Kristoff are in a romantic relationship. They are another example of platonic intimacy. Really good friends that had a journey together. And I love this idea, like, this is gonna sound really counterproductive considering this is the romance episode, but not every not every like male and female relationship or friendship needs to become a romance in a story. Like
Oh,
they don't like people are so used to that. Like anytime you see a male protagonist, a female protagonist in pretty much everything in the '90s, they were always going to end up together. But that's not so much the case now, and I think that's okay, and I think that's good and realistic. Sometimes it's okay to just be friends, you know.
like for example, the show Friends.
Yeah, not
Fucking
not everyone not everyone has to fuck, But
exactly.
let's be honest though, on that show they was all fucking. They was
I
all
should
fucking.
just
They
say,
was
fucking
like
oh, Ross and fucking Ross and Ross, Rachel and Ross. So
I'm
I
not even
think
I'm not even sure you chose the best example to be honest, considering that show had every character in it constantly going in and out of relationships with each other.
Ross and
like,
Rachel is the one that everyone wanted to see, but I think I never actually ended up finishing the show, so I don't know if they
mm,
actually ended up together. But
yeah,
that was what from what I have seen. I'm ashamed to call myself a '90s baby. I should have been done finished this show. But from what I have seen of this show, that is the buildup. Another
you want to
another
know actually.
another sitcom mockumentary sitcom show couple that
Hmm,
is iconic is Jim and Pam from The Office.
I knew you were gonna say that. As soon as you said mockumentary, I knew it was coming next. Like,
Yes.
100%. Yeah, it took a while for that to start budding, and then it was kind of on again, off again, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
From
mean,
what I understand.
they did end up getting married.
Um, Speaking of on again, off again, actually, the longest running will they, won't they in media history, I'm pretty sure that they're still edging us with to this day on the
Oh,
show is Fry and Leela in Futurama.
they're not fucking wrong, dude.
Yes,
When?
those two
Fucking
are
when?
No, it's not a matter of when. It's a matter because those two have been in and out of a serious relationship back and forth at least once a season. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's very, yeah. There's every season there's at least one or two episodes dedicated to their relationship and whether or not it's like, and Fry trying to do romantic things for her, but it's like they're in a situationship. Like they're in an open-ended, like they're kind of together but they're kind of not, and it's just been that way. The funny thing is, before the show got rebooted for Hulu, they basically ended on an episode where they were trapped in a time loop where they were stuck together forever, but it
Mhm.
was like the happiest moment of their life.
Fair
You know,
enough.
it was actually really well written shit. Like it was pretty good. It could have served as the show's definitive ending, the way it was written, but
Nibbler in Futurama was the inspiration behind my cat's name.
in the most recent season too, they did an episode where they looked into a bunch of different multiverses, and one of the potential realities they saw, Fry and Leela had a child. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So it's definitely an on again, off again thing. But like I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it play out at some point. You know, it's not the first time, by the way. Too. Remember, actually, this is another great example of a toxic relationship. But Cartman and Heidi for a couple seasons of South Park
Yeah.
was like that relationship. Truth be told, that relationship actually started pretty genuine, but Cartman, being who he is, eventually started gaslighting her and turning her into him throughout the show. And
So
I'm so glad that she eventually realized that he was bad for her and got away from him. I do like
th-
seeing a good arc, you know.
there was a at one point a storyline in the WWE
Oh,
that really resembled kinda Harley Quinn and Joker.
oh,
Alexa Bliss, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. There
okay,
when so there was a WrestleMania match where there was a big giant like Jack in the Box at ringside, and it popped out, and Alexa Bliss was sitting in the chair that popped out on the spring. If I remember
okay,
correctly, and if I remember correctly, this match it was the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton, if I remember correctly, and Randy Orton ended up picking up the win when Alexa Bliss interfered with the match, costing Bray Wyatt the match.
okay.
I think that
Jeez.
was where the on-screen relationship between the Fiend and Alexa Bliss stopped, but the darkness followed her when they. Oh man, dude, there's so much to expect.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to go in the whole thing
Oh,
now, but
it's no.
I kind of get
I'm
what you're
I'm
saying.
just I'm just reminiscing on the fact that he barely scratched the surface on what Bray Wyatt's creative mind
Mm.
was capable of. Another one gone too soon, and that the fact that the Wyatt Six are on the back burner right now, it's really kind of infuriating.
Yeah. Oh, I can understand. Um. Well, anyways, though.
Wrestling couples, I got a few.
Okay.
Give me more excuse to talk about WWE. We got
Okay.
one of my favorite wrestling couples, CM Punk and AJ Lee. Love the fact that they are a real life couple that worked in the WWE together at the same time at one point.
Mm.
Their AJ is she makes appearances here and there now. It's been a while since she has. Like, I don't think I've seen her at all this year. Um, Another one is Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes. Let's see who else. I mean, it's no secret that Triple H married into the company to be in the spot that he is. He's married to Vince McMahon's daughter, Stephanie McMahon,
Okay.
one of the more toxic outside of the WWE couples that ever existed. Was in fact there was a whole fucking trial about it. Uh,
Oh.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a hot
Oof.
mess.
See, unless it's like big news in some kind of way, I don't pay that much attention to like actual celebrity couples, just more characters they play. But I will say,
Uh, Jelly Roll and
I,
Bunny XO is
um, no, who was I gonna say? I'm well aware because of SNL of Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson. Um,
yes.
but
Oh, they've joked. They've poked fun at that couple so many times on the Weekend Update, and I love it.
oh yeah, it's good stuff. I actually had another couple in my mind I was gonna think of, and assuming they're still together, I don't know, Tom Holland and Zendaya, because they're an on-screen and off-screen
I,
couple.
I believe they are. It could be wrong.
Because I know that they got together after the first Spider-Man movie, at least, maybe the second one.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so.
So, oh, now I remember who I was thinking of. John Krasinski and is it Amy Adams? Or no,
I believe so.
no, is it? No, no, not Amy Adams. Who the fuck was in A Quiet Place with him? It's right on the top. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know it. No, Emily Blunt.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, I believe so. The kid that played Junie in the Spy Kids
Mm-hmm.
is married to Megan Trainor.
Oh wow. Well, I just wanted to. The main reason I mentioned John Krasinski and Emily Blunt is because I'm pretty sure they're together. Again, I could be wrong about this, and maybe they're not still. But I think when that movie came out, they were together, and so they were both an on and off screen couple. At the time, and John Krasinski directed that movie too, I believe.
Okay. Another famous couple is this real life couple and portrayed couple on screen is the Warrens in the Conjuring series.
Oh, okay. And yes, by the way, to to clear it up, Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are a prominent Hollywood power couple who met in 2008, got engaged in 2009, and married in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I do like them together. I really do. Especially like it really helped with the on-screen chemistry in A Quiet Place. That movie was so fucking good. I really
You
enjoyed
talk
it.
about like previous celebrity couples. You got couples like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears.
God, I remember that. Holy shit. Blast from the past.
Right.
God damn.
You're welcome.
Yeah, those
One would argue Ron Stoppable and Kim Possible. There was a platonic friendship, but that's another
Oh
fan
yeah, 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 yeah.
fiction.
Yeah, they are platonic. They well they're like best buds. More
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call them platonically intimate. They're just like like bros at that point.
Yeah.
The two of them. But speaking of which, here's a bro ship that people tend to actually ship a lot. Frodo and Sam from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. It's another one. Evo and Chris Pontius from Jackass.
Oh God.
Those two are on. They at one point did a side. They need to do a movie for it at some point. I know they probably won't because they got another Jackass movie coming out this year. But maybe this might maybe they did. Oh, they probably get stopped by PETA. um uh Fucking they did a show, a side project on MTV called Wild Boys where they did kind of like were more intimate with intimate. That's the wrong word. God, fuck. um, uh, it was more of like a nature show. They had animals were involved.
Ah, okay.
Intimate was the
Yeah,
wrong fucking word for that, especially
definitely.
given their dynamic.
Definitely not good to put animals in harm's way for the making of movies, for sure.
No,
There, especially there are rules about that thing. Now that's what the movie Nope was all about. Honestly, was about animal cruelty in
really.
movie making. Yeah, it's a big part of the message of that movie.
I need to watch that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Jordan Peele's a genius, but that is a discussion for the next episode. um,
Yeah.
but yeah, as for now, though, I suppose we can go ahead and wrap it up here. Any other
Uh,
movies, couples, fictional or otherwise, that you want to bring up, or
uh,
I mean, I'm sure we've missed a lot, but there's so many out there. Romance stories have been the thing for years. Romeo and Juliet, shit like that's a tragic tale. They both die in the end.
there's another,
Spoiler alert.
any excuse to talk about hockey, but there's a there's a comedy movie, like
Oh yeah.
rom com esque that stars Mike Myers as the love guru.
Oh, that. No, I thought you were gonna talk about the new that new show that everyone's going nuts over
Oh yeah, you mean
with
the
the
heated rivalry? I started
heat. Yeah.
watching. I started watching it. I can't get into it. I don't know. I you know I just-
The star of that show is hosting the next SNL.
the f- oh fair. Oh, I can't wait to see the given the fact that they already did like a parody sketch to that involving Harry Potter was fan fucking
Yep.
tastic. Oh my god. But no, the Love Guru, they actually brought in an actual NHL team of the Toronto Maple Leafs, not some not like fictional teams like they did with like the Mighty Ducks and potentially the Goon movies with Sean William Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but they the Love Guru is essentially a story of redemption.
Yeah.
Came out in 2009. It's well past the fucking statutes of limitations for spoilers.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen The Love Guru, now's your time to stop listening. Um, yeah. But no, essentially, fuck. Um, the character that is redeeming himself hires Mike Myers' character, the Love Guru, Guru Pitka,
Hmm.
to uh, go through his mantra and earn his wife back, who is having an affair with another hockey player played by Justin Timberlake by the name, and
Oh
he
yeah.
goes by the name of Jacques Lecoq Grande.
Yeah, I do. I remember all this. I remember all this now. I tell you what, though, if I'm with someone and they cheat on me, I'm not going through some elaborate hoaxy nonsense to win them back. We're just
Oh,
done. There is no coming
yeah,
back from that.
no,
Like that is not.
uh,
There is no coming back from cheating in my eyes. I
oh,
made that very
there's
clear
not.
to people.
I just like the movie because it's got I mean, ends up being a love story between Guru Pitka and the owner
Yeah,
of the team, played by Jessica Alba. You know,
yeah,
you got fucking Vern Troyer in there. You know, Mini Me from the Austin Powers movies as the comic relief.
yes. Yeah, that's definitely that's the real A story there for sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, that heated rivalry. I haven't seen it myself, by the way, but from what I understand, that is a gay love story. Yeah,
it's actually
basically.
based from what I read on Reddit is actually based on an actual gay erotica story,
Mm,
and they have actually they didn't the one review that I did read, it essentially was the book was it is what it's an erotica. It's very graphic. They
fair
they
enough.
they tame in the way people in the actual BDSM community would say that they sugar coated 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
That's the best comparison I can make because I actually knew somebody who was lived that lifestyle that actually told me like, yeah, dude, it was sunshine and rainbows compared to what it actually is.
Fair. Completely fair. So, okay, before we end, I have one more question for you. Since you're a Harry Potter person, then, are there any characters who aren't already in a canonical relationship in that series that you'd ship together?
It never happened, but Harry and Hermione
You wanted to see them together?
wanted to see them together, but that never happened. But it all honestly ended up being Ginny Weasley and Harry Potter and
Yeah,
Hermione and Ron.
that's true. I mean, which that works. That works well enough too.
It
But
does.
is that the only
Me,
one?
you know what? It's okay. So,
You're not gonna go for any crazy shit like Dobby and Hagrid?
God
Like,
damn it. No. What the fuck is bro? No. No.
I just said that to get a
No.
reaction.
God damn it. Should have known. No. No.
Snape and Voldemort.
Okay, now you're barking up the wrong kind of tree.
Okay,
um,
don't sit there and pretend like someone out there hasn't shipped Snape and Voldemort,
you
because you know
know,
they have.
yeah, probably. I wouldn't put it past them. Just to piss off J.K. Rowling.
Oh,
I mean,
that's fucking beautiful.
like fucking Dumbledore wasn't openly gay. I mean, he was. I mean, he was. It wasn't open. It wasn't out in the open, but it's canonically,
Right,
Albus Dumbledore is gay.
but do
His love
you
and his love interest was Grindelwald.
do you have any others though, or
Um, you completely threw off my train of thought when you put out fucking Hagrid and Dobby. God damn. Like I had one in mind. I had one in mind.
you know all the characters? You should be able to
God,
find it again.
you know what? God damn it. No, you fuck. Um I don't think it was another like another ship, but it was another thought. I don't think
Okay.
I'll be able to get back. I don't know.
Oh.
God damn
Oh,
it.
I thought it was. Okay. I thought it was another pairing.
No. Oh fuck.
Oh, worth it.
Oh.
Worth it. Worth it. Oh,
Oh.
I can't wait till we start doing video version of this podcast. Your face, right there, so worth it. That's great.
Dude.
Okay, well, I think that'll be a good spot to wrap this episode up. Honestly, I wasn't expecting us
Yeah.
to still go for the full time with just two of us, but we did. So,
Yeah, we did.
um, but all right, well, that'll be it for this episode, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know some of your favorite couples and characters you ship together in the comments down below. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button. If you're Anywhere else, leave us a rating or a review or follow or whatever the thing is on that particular platform. You can send me an email at podcastoversoul@gmail.com or find me on social media. Oversoul Gaming, Oversoul53. Nick is the Gaming Fiend 1 on most of the things. Music from YouTube, hosted by Podserve FM. Special shout out to our professional Nick Wrangler, Sarah, uh, for the behind the scenes help. And thank you again. Thank you to all of you again so much for listening. And until next time, we'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Bye.